And remember, folks, when the cost of living goes up, the dream of retiring peacefully drifts further out to sea. Unless, of course, you move somewhere it doesn't.
Every year, more and more people realize that retirement doesn't have to mean cutting back. It can actually mean living more. More time, more sunshine, more freedom. If you speak English, even just a little, you already have an advantage. Because there are 10 particular countries you can live comfortably, affordably, and never feel lost in translation. This is your guide to the 10 cheapest English-speaking countries to retire, visit, or live. And I promise some of these will surprise you. Number 10. Let's get controversial right away. You've been told this country is expensive. And if we're talking about their most popular cities, yeah, you'd be right. But the real experience, the wine regions, countryside villages, medieval hill towns, offer a completely different reality. This country is France. Towns like Limoges, Carcassonne, and Albert have stunning architecture, farmers' markets, and a real sense of peace. Rent for a one-bedroom apartment? Around $500 to $700 per month. Groceries and utilities. Less than what you'd pay in most of the US. France also has one of the best healthcare systems in the world. Retirees who obtain residency have access to state-subsidized care that's both excellent and affordable. A critical factor in long-term retirement planning. And while English isn't spoken everywhere, around 50% of the population can hold a conversation, especially among younger generations and in service-related industries. In many rural areas, the locals may not speak perfect English, but they'll surely try. And honestly, you might pick up a little French just by immersion. Beyond the practical, though, it's France. The food is next level. The wine flows freely. And nearly every village has its own story, castle, or tradition passed down for centuries. Even simple things, like a morning croissant or an evening walk through the village square, feel cinematic here. Despite the perception of luxury, France is still the most visited country on Earth. Over 89 million tourists per year. But imagine not just visiting. Imagine living there full-time, what few get to experience. 9. Greece. What happens when history, culture, and coastline all shake hands and say, let's build a life here? For retirees, it's more than just a postcard. It's a real, livable destination where your money goes much further than you'd expect. In smaller towns or on lesser-known islands, you can live comfortably on $1,000 to $1,300 per month, sometimes even less. That covers rent, food, utilities, transportation, and even a few spontaneous dinners with sea views. The Greek islands get most of the spotlight, but places like Nafplio, Kalamata, and Thessaloniki offer year-round communities, charm, and access to quality healthcare at a fraction of US prices. And the English proficiency. Over 50% of the population speaks English, and in tourist zones, that number jumps higher. Greeks are known for being generous and patient with visitors, and they genuinely appreciate when foreigners try to integrate, even if you only learn how to say hello and thank you. The food? Simple, fresh, and outrageously good. We're talking locally sourced olive oil, seafood straight from the dock, and produce that actually tastes like something. Throw in some ouzo and live music on a Thursday night, and you'll wonder why you waited so long. Interesting fact, in 2020, Greece introduced a flat 7% tax rate for foreign retirees moving their tax residency to the country. Translation: if you're bringing in a pension or passive income, you'll keep more of it. Bottom line? Greece isn't just a beautiful place to visit. It's a deeply livable country, one that welcomes you with a smile, a story, and probably a plate of grilled octopus. Number 8, India. Now let's swing in a totally different direction and get even more budget-friendly. India is massive, diverse, and full of a contrast. And for retirees with an open mind and a thirst for adventure, it might be the ultimate lifestyle unlock. You can live well, and I mean really well, for around $800 to $1,200 per month. That includes rent, private healthcare, fresh groceries, daily help if you want it, and more than a few nights out. Cities like Goa, Pondicherry, and Udaipur are especially popular with expats and retirees. Goa gives you the beaches, Udaipur gives you lakeside palaces, and Pondicherry, a little slice of French-Indian coastal charm. English is one of India's official languages, and it's spoken by over 125 million people. In urban areas and expat zones, you'll find it easy to navigate life, from doctors and banking to shopping and socializing. And don't let the news headlines scare you. India has some chaos, yes, but also incredible pockets of calm, beauty, and ancient wisdom. Many retirees discover yoga communities, Ayurvedic healing centers, or simply learn to live slower, appreciating daily rituals like chai at sunrise and neighborhood temple bells ringing in the evening. Life here is colorful, it's bold, and for the cost of a one-bedroom apartment in Los Angeles, you could live a full month in India with room to spare. 7. Portugal. Portugal isn't just trending, it's earned its spot. Ask any expat who spent time here, and they'll tell you the same thing. It's safe, it's sunny, and it's surprisingly affordable. You can retire comfortably on $1,200 to $1,500 per month, especially in places like Porto, Coimbra, or inland Alentejo. The Algarve is the most popular with retirees, and with good reason. Golden beaches, English-speaking locals, and rental prices starting as low as $600 if you know where to look. But here's where Portugal really shines: the D7 visa. It's a long-stay residence visa built for people with passive income, pensions, remote work, savings, whatever. And it leads to full residency and even EU citizenship over time. Plus, you get access to Portugal's universal healthcare, which is ranked among the top in Europe. Around 56% of locals speak English, especially in cities and coastal areas. Even government forms are often translated. So if you're nervous about the language barrier, don't be. This is one of the smoothest integrations in the EU. Portugal has one of the highest quality of life scores in Europe, and one of the lowest living costs. That combo is rare. If you're serious about exploring Portugal or getting help with the D7 visa process, we've linked a relocation service and legal team that specializes in this exact journey. Check the description. Number 6. Malaysia is one of those places where you expect it to be cheap, but you don't expect it to be this comfortable. For around $1,000 to $1,300 per month, you can live in a modern high-rise with a pool, air conditioning, and views of a futuristic skyline in Kuala Lumpur. Or settle into Penang, an island full of culture, beaches, and incredible street food. What makes Malaysia unique is the MM2H visa, Malaysia My Second Home. It's a long-term residency visa that retirees love because it doesn't force you to buy property, doesn't tax your overseas income, and is relatively easy to maintain. And the language, English, is widely spoken. In fact, it's a core language in business, education, and government. You'll see English signs, hear it in hospitals, and find that almost everyone under 40 speaks at least conversational English. The healthcare is excellent and affordable. The food is world-class for $2 to $5 a meal, and the people are known for being warm and welcoming to foreigners. Malaysia is consistently ranked as one of the top 5 places in the world to retire, and it's only gaining popularity. Want to know if MM2H is right for you? We've linked a visa specialist in the description who can walk you through eligibility and get you started. Number 5. Cyprus. This one flies under the radar, but not for long. Cyprus gives you Europe without the chaos. You get the Mediterranean lifestyle, modern infrastructure, and a chill pace of life, without the crowds of Italy or Spain. You can live here for around $1,200 per month, or less if you stay outside the main tourist zones. Rent for a 1-bedroom apartment in Paphos or Limassol ranges from $500 to $750 per month. Fresh food is affordable. Utilities are low. And healthcare? Cyprus is a medical tourism destination with both public and private options available. Here's the kicker. Around 76% of Cypriots speak English. English is also used in many government forms, schools, and hospitals, a legacy of Cyprus's British colonial past. It's safe, peaceful, and full of beautiful beaches and mountains just 30 minutes apart. You could spend your morning hiking in the Troodos Range and your afternoon swimming in crystal-clear water. Interesting fact, Cyprus has one of the lowest crime rates in Europe, and it's ranked as one of the safest countries in the world for solo travelers and retirees. Number 4. Jamaica. Now let's switch things up and head to the Caribbean. Jamaica offers something most countries can't: culture that moves your soul. From the music to the food to the community spirit, life here is rich, colorful, and full of rhythm. English is the official language, and around 89% of the population speaks it fluently. That makes everything, from renting a home to getting healthcare, dramatically easier. You can live here for around $1,000 per month, especially in areas like Mandeville, Port Antonio, or Treasure Beach. The expat community is smaller and more integrated than in typical resort zones, so it's easier to build real friendships with locals. You've got beaches, mountains, fruit stands, reggae, and a warmth that goes beyond weather. Jamaica offers a retirement visa path for pensioners with a reliable income, one of the easiest in the Caribbean to navigate. Number 3. Malta. Tiny country, huge benefits. Malta is located in the middle of the Mediterranean, just south of Italy. It's English-speaking, part of the EU, and full of golden stone towns that look straight out of a Renaissance painting. 88% of people in Malta speak English. It's an official language alongside Maltese. And because of that, healthcare, government documents, and even casual conversation are smooth from day one. You can live here on $1,400 to $1,800 per month, depending on whether you live in Valletta or outside of town. Rent for a 1-bedroom apartment starts around $800, but the quality of life is incredibly high. The country has great public transport, mild winters, and world-class diving and history, from Neolithic temples to Crusader forts. Malta offers a retirement residency program that allows you to live tax efficiently within the EU and travel freely through Schengen. Number 2. Thailand. Thailand is no longer just a backpacker destination. It's become a retirement hub. With monthly living costs around $900 to $1,200, or even $600 if you go minimal, retirees are flocking to spots like Chiang Mai, Hua Hin, and Koh Samui. Healthcare is top tier. Seriously, Thailand's private hospitals are better than many in the West, and at 1/10 of the price. 44% of the population speaks English, and in expat hubs, that number climbs higher. Restaurants, doctors, banks, no issues communicating. Thailand also offers retirement visas for people over 50 with fairly simple requirements. And it's one of the few countries where you can get beach life, mountain life, and city luxury all within a few hours. Interesting fact, Chiang Mai has one of the largest expat retiree populations in Asia, and it's still growing every year. We've linked a guide below with our favorite tools for finding rentals, health coverage, and visa support in Thailand. Check it out if you're serious about moving. And at last, number 1. Panama. This is our top pick for a reason. Panama is one of the few places where everything just works. Affordable, safe, developed, close to the US, and full of English speakers, especially in expat-heavy areas like Phuket, David, and Panama City. Cost of living? Around $800 to $1,200 per month. Rent is cheap. Groceries are cheap. Healthcare is excellent, with US-trained doctors in clean, modern clinics, and private insurance is affordable. Then there's the Pensionado visa. It's considered the best retirement visa in the world. You only need a guaranteed income of $1,000 a month, like Social Security, and you get lifetime discounts on everything, including flights, restaurants, pharmacies, and entertainment. Some retirees in Panama live entirely off Social Security and still have money left over each month. If you're ready to seriously explore Panama, we've partnered with an expert relocation team that runs tours across the country. They walk you through every step, from visas to real estate to meeting the locals. Tap the link below to learn more and see if it's the right fit for you. It is time to take a step towards making your dream into a reality. So, which of these countries would you consider moving to? Drop your pick in the comments and let us know why. We've packed the description with affiliate links, tools, relocation guides, and services to help you take the next step. If you got value from this video, give it a like, subscribe for more, and we'll see you in the next one.